I recently had another, you know, how to make a new one of these. Apparently I got something viral going on Twitter, around 200,000 views or something, marking me like a little extremist. Whatever, I take the label with pride. That just means you're more American than others. But, check it out. You know, I was calling for the Unified Combatant Commanders, generals or admirals. There's 12 of them. I was calling them to do their job, you know. If they see treason, there's only 2 steps on the ladder that are above them.
I think he was literally calling for generals to kill the president, which is, I don't know if you know this, that's a military coup. Not legal.
Secretary of Defense and the president. There's 12 combatant commanders that control our defense.
Is he drunk? I don't know. It looks like he's working at a convenience store or something, because the wall has what looks like maybe packs of cigarettes on it. So I'm not sure.
United States defense globally. There's only 2 people that give them orders. So I'm just going to let that be in the air. There's only 2 people that could give you unconstitutional orders, or that are currently supporting unconstitutional behavior, treasonous behavior. I think we have a lot of treasonous behavior going on in the world, in the United States. You see a law that gets backed by the Supreme Court, and then a day later there's 30 more laws that are disregarding what the Supreme Court just said. That's treason.
That's what? You can still pass laws and then they can be vetted again by the courts, which will then, based on the precedent set by the Supreme Court, adjudicate whether or not those laws are in line with the Constitution and current rulings. That's not uncommon. That's just how the system works. Sky Comet says he recorded this at work. That's a good way to get fired. He might own it.
That's unconstitutional.
Or his boss might be like this too.
Constitutional law. Who are you exercising the abuse against your citizens for? There's only 2 people that stand in the way of bringing freedom to this country. Now, it's up to those 12 people to...
Why am I using blue Twitter and not purple Twitter? Can you change the color of Twitter?
Dictate whether our...
Apparently that cuts off right there. Nick with 45-bit says, or nobody's coming here because he keeps jabbering on about bullshit to customers.
It's the fan. And that ain't... You don't like these flags, you talking shit about our monuments, our heritage. You gonna be one of the motherfuckers we come after when shit hits the fan. And that ain't a threat, that's a promise. So best thing for you motherfuckers to do is to go on home and go to sleep. Because fucking with me will make your mouth sore. You see what I'm saying?
Does he understand that no matter what he does, white supremacists aren't gonna like him? They're not gonna be like, you're one of the good ones, because that's not a thing in terms of how they think. Like, it's just sad. I'm getting Blair White vibes.
I don't play about these flags, man.
Nick with 45-bit says, this is the American version of putting a swastika on a yarmulke.
Period. Zero tolerance, man. If I walked around this motherfucker with $1 million on me to have me killed, and when I say million, I ain't talking about 1 million. I'm talking about a few million. To have my brains blowed out because I stand for what I stand for, then what the fuck make you think that your threat gonna bother me? You hear me? Your threat don't matter to me.
All right, y'all, check it out. Biden to host Unity Summit against hate-fueled violence. Y'all are causing the hate-fueled violence, right? Y'all are doing this on purpose just so y'all can label the MAGA people as violent people, right?
Literally, this thread, right now, this is 420 videos strong. We're only on video 142. There are 420 videos in this playlist of MAGA supporters directly threatening the government and FBI and trying to incite civil war.
We understand what you're doing. So you're causing this hate, then you want to turn around and speak against it. We see right through y'all and we know what's happening. Listen, patriots, don't fall into this. Don't let...
Sky Comment says, a black man with a Confederate flag. Dude, that flag literally is the slavery flag. Yep.
Let them trap you in to get into your feelings. Let the Father handle it, because in the Word it says, vengeance is mine, says the Lord. So let them try to cause this all they want to, but don't fall into it, y'all. Trust in the Savior. Trust in Jesus Christ. Love y'all so much. Be blessed. Jesus forever.
In 1776,
The music.
our founding fathers were considered traitors against their governing ruler. They all would have been executed if the revolution had failed. They were considered traitors because of their loyalty to the people. And
Oh, honey, no. They were considered traitors because they were trying to secede from the UK. They were a colony of the UK until then. And the founding fathers were not on the side of the people. They were on the side of themselves as wealthy landowning men not having to pay taxes to the crown. Again, like, I'm not saying you have to have particular feelings on that one way or another. I don't really. It's so far in the past that I'm not, like, casting, you know, any sort of moral anything on it. It just is what it is. They didn't want to have to be under the boot of more powerful people from across the sea. They were wealthy here in America, and as far as they were concerned, they should be the top dogs. And again, you can talk about that, but, like, they didn't give a shit about women, about non-white people, and I'm talking white by the standard of, like, the 1700s. So, like, they didn't consider even, like, Italian people white, you know what I mean? Like, the modern concept is white is very different than what they would have considered their in-group back in the day, is what I'm trying to say. The point is, this deification of the founding fathers as if they were religious figures is gross and ahistorical. Nick says, Donald Trump doesn't care about poor people. I don't think he cares about anyone. Discordant Vol says, I just want to ask these people what they want to do, how to fix the problems they have. They won't be able to tell you. Bumble Homestead says, a lot of these people live near me. Need to move. Yes, you do. Lily Love Stuff says, quote, white people at the time was literally just English Protestants. Yep.
not their king. A Tory was a loyalist who remained loyal to the king. So it was the traitors who fought for the people against the government. A lying, oppressive, corrupt government. So go ahead and call me a traitor.
Okay, you're a traitor.
But just know that if you believe that I am a traitor, I will think that you are a Tory. Do you stand with the people, or do you stand with a tyrant? Just remember who won in the end. And as we've already seen for the last 2 years, history has a tendency to repeat itself. Bye.
Does she think the same factors that went into the American Revolutionary War are extant today between urban and rural centers in the United States? There are certainly parallels you can draw, but no, it's a very different situation. The closer analog would be the Civil War, but even that's not going to be accurate because that's a northern-southern divide, and the divide we have currently is urban-rural? Either way, no, not the same situation as the Revolutionary War. Rageology says the U.S. War of Independence, or as it's known here in the UK, the War of Yay. Everything that happened afterwards is not our fault. Plenty of other horrendous stuff, but not that. Oh no, not Santa.
61 years ago, I came into this world kicking, screaming, and covered in somebody else's blood. And I have no problem going out the exact same way.
Good luck with that. He put on the default Skyrim war paint. Logarth says, the only similarities is that King George was probably just about as insane as Trump is. Sky Comet says, the one man's, you're causing the violence and then demonizing it. That's abuser mentality. Look at what you made me do. And Discordant Vol says, kinky.
This oath I swear in the presence of my ancestors. I offer you the hand of peace over the hand of war.
My ancestors, they've been farming this land for crystal meth for the last 300 years, and I'm gonna farm it with my family for 300 more.
This hand is rejected. I've trained to be a warrior of knowledge and wisdom. I take this knowledge to my heart, for it made me my life in combat. Therefore, there should be no needless shed of blood. I swear an oath to the Constitution of the United States of America.
I don't think you understood it very well, if this is what you're
I
doing.
will defend and give my very life for the patriots and children of this country. Tread lightly. I am not alone.
I think a lot of these people think the Constitution is just a blank piece of paper that says whatever your personal feelings about America are, fight to the death for them. I think that's what they think the Constitution says. Because that's the vibe I'm getting.
To rise up in violence. Ladies and gentlemen, those individuals on the left truly want the conservatives, the Republicans, to rise up in violence.
No, I'd prefer you be normal human beings who don't want to hurt people. That'd be great.
As soon as something like that truly happens, these individuals are going to call in everything they possibly can. They're going to call the FBI, they're going to call the CIA, they're going to call and try and get the military involved.
The military can only get involved domestically if the Insurrection Act was put into place, like activated. So don't do an insurrection. Unconditional Prong says, surprised nobody's used the Basil Poldoris score from the Red Dawn in any of these videos. They think the war would be like that. Red Dawn is a work of fiction. Wolverines! Elminado says, the Constitution was written on some Doctor Who psychic paper. And Rublum says, these clowns want to be Caesar's Legion so bad. I have a guy that hangs out in a dinosaur who knows what to do with them, I think. Logarth says, wannabe Praetorian Guard says what?
If that does not work for them, y'all see what's going on with the UN. We're all conspiracy theorists. So, if you want UN peacekeepers in our country, in other words, an invading army
If they were invited, it wouldn't be invading.
in our country, then we have to start it. I don't want that. I don't know anybody that wants that.
I have a whole thread of people here that are excited.
I am not advocating for that. And if you are completely stupid. But, again,
Why would we need UN peacekeepers? It doesn't make any sense unless you realize that they're not coming this from a reality point of view. Conspiracy theorists think the UN is going to be the new one world government under the Antichrist. So they have to involve the UN in their fan fiction.
this is what they want. They're going to try and push us. And maybe that's what's going to happen. I hope it isn't. Because like I've said in my other videos, I do not want war. I don't know anyone that wants war.
You don't talk to a lot of your friends, apparently.
Hopefully, we can do this in a non-violent manner. I pray that we can do this in a non-violent manner. I hope that we can do this in a non-violent manner.
Is taking place in the United States right now, and it's not the revolution that involves freedom. It's a revolution that involves a tyrannical government that our founding fathers warned us about, that's looking to take complete control over Americans' lives. The Democrats and this current administration has been working towards this goal for decades. They have been slowly chipping away at our Constitution, they have been chipping away at our institutions, and they have now fully politicized and weaponized some of our most important bureaucratic.
Ooh, the conservative 316 is followed. Where are you? Show up in chat, conservative 316. Are you here to mold?
Institutions out there. Now they are using them to go after former presidents, to go after conservatives, and to go after anyone who goes against their narrative and speaks up against them.
Conservatives against the GOP affiliation is my motto. I'm glad if you're not a MAGA person. Can't say I agree with the conservative thing, but at least you're not a fascist, maybe? I don't know. Let me know. Rageology with 50-bit says, it's genuinely odd hearing non-Native American people talk about their land like it's been so for time immemorial, when I'm in the UK where many of the people still regarded the English as loud, ignorant, and annoying newcomers, and they've been here for over 1,000 years.
They are communists in disguise.
Doesn't know what communism is.
They are Nazis in disguise.
Those are antithetical. You can't be a Nazi and a communist at the same time.
All they want is power. They want to control.
Don't get me wrong, you could be a fascist and a communist, or at least attempt, like an authoritarian communist. But like, capital N Nazis and communists didn't get along. They hate communists.
Everyone here, they have made it known. They hate our nation, they hate our Constitution, they hate our...
YT Yasmin says to the tune of Transformers, Joe Biden, communist in disguise. Lily Love Stuff says, communists in disguise. I'd watch that Transformers reboot. My audience is so creative, they come up with the same joke twice. Exo Deadlock says, some of these guys aren't wearing sunglasses and filming in their cars. Didn't they get the memo? They don't know how to open their inboxes still.
Freedom.
They still think the internet's a fad.
If Americans don't wake up, we are going to be put in shackles for the rest of our lives.
Kinky. Rublum says, Chuds, we have fascism. Hannah, we have a boon.
I called it, and everyone's catching up to me. What did I call, you may ask? The Second Civil War. Yes, I did. 2020, when the pandemic hit, right, when everyone was locking down, I said, this is the start of the next Civil War. This is...
Conservative 316 says, I'm more of a traditionalist. I support gay rights because being gay and LGBT has been a thing since the dawn of time. The Bible, I'm a Christian, supports abortion, and I support all the presidents except the treason one and Donald Trump and Andrew Jackson. That's very interesting. You're a very, if that's true and you're talking to me in good faith, genuinely an interesting position, and I don't understand why you would ever be Republican or even conservative. Like, what do you even believe that's conservative then? Because no offense, but the conservative parties of today are basically just big, glowing, hot balls of anger, racism, and, like, transphobia. Like, they don't seem to want to do anything other than dismantle democracy, so what's up with that? Do you just, like, have hard opinions on capital gains taxes? Rageology says, Hannah, no wait, I've already read that one reloaded calling out her chat for being repetitive. Sick burn. True. Logarth says, Walmart brand Germa has some opinions, and Mike Max says, Civil War II, White Mania. Hydrate.
This is the start. This is where we see things going to shit. right? This is where the shit starts. And guess what? Every day, every moment, every second that everyone is allowed on Twitter, or that Twitter just exists, we move closer to it. The left constantly antagonizing the right, and the right doing nothing to try and communicate to the left.
Ah, yes, the left constantly antagonizing people on the right by existing. Get Deformed does a hats off. Oh, Jesus. Please, what do you want me to wear? Conservative says, I'm not a Republican, I support capitalism is why I'm a conservative, but I don't know, maybe I'll change my name to be less of that. Supporting capitalism is a liberal thing. It's also a right-wing thing, but liberals support capitalism. You don't have to be on the right to support capitalism. Horns, I'm gonna put the horns on and the flower crown, because the flower crown is helping. Because, like, Joe Biden is a capitalist, right? Joe Biden's a liberal. Rageology says, now I feel bad for being snarky, so have some gay bits. Forrest Espion says, Hannah, here's a video of liberal leftist teens versus conservative parents. The teens really put the conservatives in their place. Maybe use this as a cleanse.
Were you young?
Profane Priestess says, look, I don't like right-wing political beliefs. I find them to be incurious, rigid, and lacking in empathy, but as a community-minded person, I do my level best to tolerate them. That's why I chose anthropology as my academic field. I wanted, and still do want, to develop the tools and empathize and coexist with people who aren't like me. I have come to regard this pursuit with something of a spiritual significance, for lack of better terms. You people are anathema even to me.
Both parties are guilty. Everyone's guilty.
No.
Nobody gets to say that they're not part of this. No.
How dare the left try and say it's okay for trans people to exist? It's their fault.
Nobody. Maybe like...
Sorry, I missed some bits. Sky Comet said, technically Democrats are actually conservatives, so... Oh, God. I'm not getting into a definitional debate.
People that aren't a part of America, but if you contribute to the heat in America, yeah, no, you're guilty of starting the Civil War. But what does this mean? Because there's always a bigger picture that I try and tie to, which is God. And I believe we might be living in the end times. And
Wow. A Christian who believes they're living in the end times? That never happens.
I'm not gonna take a hard stance on this, but
oh my God, guys, there's wars and or rumors of wars. We cracked the code.
I see a lot of prophecies coming true and a lot of coincidences happening that I don't think are coincidences anymore. Right? So in the prophecy of Daniel and Revelations, we see that there's war, threats of war, famine, plague.
Modern
right?
Critic, thanks for following.
We got COVID. We got Alpha, Delta, and Omicron, right? Now we've got monkeypox, which was given to a dog recently. Just spell it out for yourself. And
once again, to be clear, monkeypox is not an STD. I need to make this clear because this is going to cause such a fucking issue that it's been reported in such a misleading way. Monkeypox is not an STD. You do not need to fuck someone to get it. And the whole, like, conservative meme about gay people getting it has made people think it's an STD. It's not. You can get monkeypox just from contact with someone. Sexual or not.
now we have Russia with Ukraine, we have Russia and the United States, we have China and the United States, we have China and Japan, we have America versus America. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if the rapture happened in my lifetime.
Wow, you're the first Christian to ever think that. Oh wait, no. Literally every Christian ever born has thought that. H. Baird says, it's important to understand that a lot of conservatives view terms like communist and fascist as generic insults, not an actual description of behavior. This is why they'll call people groomer all day, but still think they aren't being hateful.
I really would not. I'm not going to be the one to preach about it. No, I'm not. I'm not going. This is the one time you will hear me talk about it at all.
Forrest Espion says, Hannah, do you think conservatives like to take advantage of people with anxiety? It seems like right-wing extremism seems to be fueled by keeping its followers as anxious as possible. Not saying people with anxiety struggles are bound to be conservatives. No, I'm just saying conservatives take advantage of this. What do you think? I would agree. I know I've read studies that have shown that if you're more right-leaning, you tend to be more fearful and less curious about things. So it wouldn't surprise me, but who knows. Discordant Vol says, knowing so little must be so liberating. Lily Lovestuff says, remember back in the early 2000s when there was that monkeypox outbreak? My cousin had caught it at the time for her pet prairie dog, but her dumbass now thinks it's an STD, and when I asked her if she fucked her prairie dog, she blocked me, and yes, she's a nurse in Michigan. Yikes. Logarth says, I'm 12 and nobody has ever thought the thoughts I was told to think by Fox News and my priest during our weekend camping trips.
All right, I'm not gonna bring it up past you.
I just want to emphasize one very, very important fact.
Sorry, I'm getting a lot of bits. Red Werewolf, I missed your bits. Daniel was a commentary on the politics of the time, not fuel for your apocalyptic wet dream. Thanks. Signed, a Jew.
Act, whatever you want to call it, to the Chinese, Russian, and any other foreign army that decides that they're going to pull some stupid shit while this idiot's in office. The American citizen, the armed American citizen, the American patriot, we're not governed or bound by anything NATO or any wartime treaty or anything. So if we see you guys falling from the sky, we're going to kill you.
They literally think Red Dawn is going to happen. It's a fucking movie. Sky Comet says, my mom has COVID. She's vaccinated, so I'm not too worried, but I'm still a little concerned. I'm also ill, but I took a COVID test and it was negative. I have a cold. Oh, okay. At least you don't have COVID. To be clear, a land invasion of the United States would be an awful idea for anyone. The United States is incredibly... How do I put this? Unless you're an insurgency, maybe you'd have the capability of capturing some areas for a limited time, but, like, foreign air invasion to the United States just wouldn't work. It just wouldn't. The land is hard to traverse if you're not used to it. There's people with guns everywhere. Like, no one's gonna try and land invade the United States. It's really stupid. Hydrate. It's massive as well, yes.
Shoot you. We catch you in our neighborhoods, we're going to kill you. There'll be no POWs. Probably torture you a little bit.
Just gonna break the Geneva Conventions. Fuck it. Rules of war out the window.
A lot of it. Bury you, unmarked, never find you. Take your equipment, take your personal values, and, keep them as keepsakes. So keep that in mind when you guys are packing up your shit and you're giving orders by, whatever retarded general that's paid his way to the top of whatever corrupt military organization that you're working for. And just understand that we're gonna fuck you up. We're gonna fuck you up real bad.
The fuck are they talking about?
Even TikTok, it's still 17. I've been sitting here in a form of meditation, talking to Father, and I got a really clear message just now. And Father said, shove that on TikTok. I was like, really? He was like, oh, yeah. So, I'm going to have to call myself out right here. Evidently because I'm too nice to my enemies. And I won't just take Thor's hammer and slam it down. And
Willie Lovestuff says, land invading the U.S. would go as well as trying to land invade Russia. The interiors of both countries are quite similar, too. Wagrode says, the only nation with the military logistic capabilities to invade the United States is the United States. I would love to see someone try and traverse, like, I don't know, like a Michigan or Montana winter, a Wisconsin winter, anywhere up north in the United States, that kind of winter, and then a foreign army trying to deal with it. Logarth with a link. Oh, that's pretty cool. Kenku.
Crush all of you. I guess Father's gonna do it because
You mispasted? Well, it was still a cool link.
he didn't ask me to do it, but I guess he was waiting on me to do it. I don't want to see anybody fall on my account. So enemies, I've warned you for weeks. You piss Satan off, you piss Father off, you piss the Spirit of God off. I've sent you tormenting spirits and plagues and pestilence, and now I don't know what the hell Father's about to do to you, but y'all done pissed God off.
This is the Father he's talking about. What the fuck is this?
I was just on the phone for like an hour with Fuckdog 66.
What in the fuck is that?
And evidently I'm going too damn slow to try and administer your punishment. I don't know what the hell would be a worthwhile punishment for y'all. All that damn...
The jokes I want to make.
Colorado man reach and all you backbiting, gossiping little scumbags. So much for your damn brotherhood, huh? Yeah. So, I guess I'm giving you a warning. Fasten your seatbelts, honey. My father's about to beat your ass. Now, if you ain't never seen the wrath of God...
Forrest Espion says, LOL, I know the false science of physiognomy, belief the one's physical features is indicative of moral character and intelligence is bullcrap, but I swear the way many conservative middle-aged men all seem to look alike makes me think otherwise. They just, I don't know. They just do the bare minimum, I think, a lot of them. So a lot of them, it's a goatee or a beard, cap, and that's about it. Jake Thoney says, sorry, don't apologize. Brokagam says, hey, you guys better stop being mean to me or my dad's gonna beat you up. Ooh.
What he can do. You should go watch some of those movies of old and figure it out for yourself, because I imagine your life's about to go to shit. Like you did to mine.
Wait, who made your life go to shit?
Listen, whatever's about to come down the hatch, I really, really, really do not expect to live through it. But if I can affect positive change and forward progression before I get popped, that's what I set out to do. People also don't understand the fact that I, as an individual, it doesn't matter whether I live or die. There are going to be people who stand up and take my spot on the line.
Don't kill yourself over something as stupid as fascism. Fascism is inherently unstable. It's a system that is self-defeating. Even if, let's say that Hitler had somehow won World War II, right? He didn't, for obvious reasons, because fascism is a shitty way to organize your state, and if you do so, it's going to collapse in on itself eventually. It's going to be hastened, especially if you get into a fucking world war. But either way, even if you were a fascist and wanted to die for the cause, you're dying for something that will dissolve, because you cannot run a nation as a fascist enterprise and have it sustain. It won't work. Paranoia, corruption, these are all things that are going to destroy you from within. Y2 Yasmin says, you better watch some of those movies of old. Oh man, I hope it's like Grease. I want to sing weird songs with John Travolta. And Gnome Pickle says, the mark of an immature man is the desire to die for a noble cause.
One casualty doesn't end a war. Listen, I don't have any delusions of grandeur.
But it'll end your life, sir.
I know I'm not the main character here. There's no fucking plot armor to be had on my ass. Suppose the only thing that I can hope for is that there is somebody that will share my story with my sons, so that they can have something to be proud of and aspire to be strong and self-reliant. And if that's all I accomplish, hell, I think I've done a pretty good job. One man can't win a conflict, but an idea carried by the arms of 1,000 can.
What a dumb bitch.
Civil unrest. Is it coming? I hope I'm wrong, but I fear it's a sure thing. Are you ready to protect your family? You wouldn't leave your car uninsured. Why wouldn't you take steps to ensure
He knows this is an Onion article that he used as his background, right?
the safety of your family? Give it some thought and click on my picture above so that you don't miss future videos.
Thank you for calling the office of Congresswoman Nancy Pelosi, Speaker of the House. As a
I'm gonna guess he's gonna say tons of super threatening things to her.
constituent of California's 12th District, your views are very important to us. Please leave your comments at the tone.
Hey, Miss Pelosi, this is Scott Altman, Republican from Pennsylvania. You're pretty well familiar with me. You had Secret Service out here visit me once already.
Nick says, "Hey Nancy, I'm a judge. You're fucked." All right, this is strike 2 on his Secret Service visit card. One more and you'll be in trouble, Mister. Jesus, you're not even one of her constituents, sir.
Well, I'm calling to let you know that I still think you're an absolute piece of shit.
Okay, you can say
and
that.
Your January 6th commission deal here, your lies, your bullshit, your deceit. Yeah.
Where's the line where it becomes illegal, what he says? Because at some point the threat's gonna come. He can hate her and put that as much as he wants, that he hates her and thinks she's dumb and shitty or whatever. That's fine. He's constitutionally protected to say that. Let's see where the constitutional protection ends, shall we?
And it's all gonna come back to you.
There we go. That's a threat. Okay, that was quicker than I thought it was gonna be, honestly. I thought he'd maybe pepper it in at the end. No? Okay. Oh shit, I didn't mean to do that.
Visit me once already. Well, I'm calling to let you know that I still think you're an absolute piece of shit. And your January 6th commission deal here, your lies, your bullshit, your deceit, it's all going to come back to you. And when we get rid of you and fire you...
We're not doing bingo now. Y2 Yasmin says, Hey Nancy Pelosi, it's me again. How you doing? I'm doing good. Anyways, sorry to call again, but my wife is currently not speaking to me anymore, and I just need to yell at a woman to feel anything, so thank you. You're dumb? Well, that's it. Bye. Kisses or... No, I mean bullets. Got 'em. Beef.
Which I consider you having a pink slip already for treason and everything.
Does he know that only staffers listen to these? I honestly don't know.
After everything's brought out, we're going to sell your houses, your mansions, all your shit. And for all your lies, your deceit. In the long run, God's code is truth. Truth is God's code. And you're going to be dealing with it. Nothing but the truth. And after November, if things don't go the way we, the people, know it should go, we're going to come remove you. That's what's going to happen. Just want to give you a phone call from your friendly redneck conspiracy theorist. Oh, and when you were over there in Ukraine and you were injected, should have told them to hook up the air compressor to your ass to pop out your eyes, because they keep forgetting that part. I hope you have a blessed day. God bless America.
The recording time left.
You have a great day, Nancy. The American people are looking out for you.
To send your message, press 1. To send your message, urgent. Thanks. Your message was sent.
And we just got to let them know that we know the truth, people.
Can't wait for his next visit from the Secret Service.
We can't keep doing this. Got to bring America back to God's ways. God and country.
He timed that pretty perfectly. I'd imagine he has sent many threatening voicemails to members of Congress, so he probably knows about the length of the message.
Family. It's all that really matters. These guys have a blessed day.
What does he think he's accomplished? He feels like a man now, so I guess he did what he wanted. Do you think anyone gets really annoyed when they're on Secret Service duty and their rotation shift is like, all right, this week it's your job to fly around the country with a couple other members of the Secret Service and knock on the doors of a bunch of conspiratorial idiots who all threatened different members of Congress this week? You just gotta go through it. Hi, did you do this message? Don't do that. We're the Secret Service. Don't fucking do that.
You know, I hope, to God, I hope, all you motherfuckers out there that voted for this.
All you motherfuckers out there. I like this voice. I'm gonna steal this for D&D. And Y2 Yasmin says, Is this man winded from leaving this message? How does he think he's gonna fight for freedom when he can't leave a Ben Stiller-esque threatening message without nearly dying? He's doing his best, okay? This is his cardio for the week.
Piece of shit that was born out of his mother's ass, Joe Biden.
This piece of shit that was born out of his mother's ass, Joe Biden. I gotta steal this.
With his fucking drug addict family, his fucking drug addict son, and his fucking wife who says she's a doctor, meanwhile she ain't shit.
She has a doctorate. She has a PhD. She is literally a doctor.
Fuck all of you that voted for him. My doctor just put me on a new pill because I got type 2 diabetes.
Joe Biden gave me the diabetes. Logarth said Carl from Aqua Teen Hunger Force has some very important information to share with all 4 of his TikTok followers. This here Joe Biden, born out of his mother's asshole, this fucking guy gave me type 2 diabetes. I'd wake up in the middle of the night and Doc Brandon would be above me shoving Twinkies down my throat. He just keeps calling me Corn Pop. Nick with 45-bit says someone with type 2 diabetes, we don't claim him. Gnome Pickles says, fuck you people fighting for drug prices to be lower so I can live longer. And Sidus, I bet he's going to complain about the price of the prescription too, even though, again, Democrats are the people fighting for lower drug prices. Literally, they just tried to lower the cost of insulin for a cap per month, and Republicans got rid of it. Like, what? Citosaurus says, I'm Wilford Brimley, and I'm here to talk to you about diabetes. Forrest Espion says, piece of shit Joe Biden! Hannah, make that emo or cheer. Biden's been doing alright lately. I'll give him a pass.
She put me on a new fucking pill. You know how much they wanted for this pill? 30 days. A 30-day fucking supply for a diabetic pill for a person's life. $537 fucking dollars.
Yeah. Isn't not having public health care really fucked up?
For a 30-day fucking supply. All you motherfucking liberal pieces of shit out there that voted for this.
How is he blaming this on liberals? What?
That voted for this cocksucking fucking office.
Sure, Mike Marshall Stack with 200 bits says, for I'm going to use that voice in D&D, thank you for the belly laugh.
Go fuck yourselves, all of you. All you motherfuckers go fuck yourself. I hope that somebody in your family needs fucking insulin and or fucking pills for their sugar, and it's too much money for them to fucking get it. Then you're gonna know what it feels like. You fucking pieces of shit. You fucking took Trump out of office when everybody was only paying $35 for a 3-month supply of whatever they needed.
What the fuck is he talking about? MH Darkbeast says, howdy Hannah, I know you've been considering watching the LOTOR films. Well, they're on Amazon Prime and we could watch them every so often during streams. Oh god. That would be fun. Y2 Yasmin says, I'm diabetic. I take pills for this. There's not a single pill out there that costs that much if you have insurance. This man does not have insurance. He's complaining about a system he himself perpetuates. My god. I assumed that was without insurance.
For their diabetic fucking medicine. Then you put this fucking jerk off in office, and everybody got fucked.
This guy is legit, like, so stupid. I don't think he knows how anything works. Like, legit, I don't think he knows how anything works. I don't think he knows how insurance works. I get the impression he's not very intelligent.
Fuck all of you motherfuckers. You're all you liberals, you're all pieces of fucking shit. Every one of you motherfuckers.
Story time. I got a call from my boss today.
Oh, this is a guy from earlier in the thread. Forrest Espion says, oops, I did not mention that as an actual criticism to Joe Biden. I was thinking more like how to mock conservatives. Like, remember this sarcastic thanks Obama meme? More like an iconic meme, not a real hate to Joe Biden. He's doing better lately. Okay. Exo Deadlock says, Trump was the socialist America needed? What? And Anti-Pretzel says, calm the fuck down, Tony, and yell at the Republicans for making Beatus meds pricey as a sin.
He wanted me to come in and talk. One of the few things that we actually discussed caught me off guard because this account, I don't have my name on it. It's just Full Mental Jacket. And while, yes, it is an account that's supposed to be about helping veterans, I do tend to vent on here about some of the things going on in our country, which not only affect we the people, but, well, veterans are we the people too. Apparently, they didn't really care for me doing videos on TikTok while wearing a Tennessee State Park shirt.
No shit, motherfucker. Logarth says, New Metal Abe Lincoln is going to explain to us the intricacies of internet subcultures and why you should take the red pill.
I guess they're afraid of me bringing a poor light on Tennessee Parks based on the opinion of one person. But that's alright. In the future, if I'm on my lunch break, which is usually when I do my TikToks, because I don't dick around and do it while I'm on the clock, which made it even more upsetting to get chewed out the way I did a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago, whenever it was. I'll just have to make sure and cover up the Tennessee logo, or the Tennessee State Park logo.
I imagine that's what they asked you to do, yeah. Don't affiliate your crazy rants with your workplace. Forrest Espion, thanks for 100 bits.
Just spend the entire time with my hand on my chest, so that you can't see it.
Okay.
Of course, I've also increased my privacy settings, because I don't even know how my boss's boss discovered my account, of all things. I wonder if somebody maybe turned it in and says, hey, you need to see this. This guy is wearing a shirt and he's bitching about these problems there at State Park.
Hydrate.
Who knows? Regardless, it's a slight infringement upon my freedom of speech.
No, it's not.
And it's just...
They literally just asked you not to wear the shirt and affiliate them with your crazy bullshit.
A slight way of controlling the people. But since I'm on their property and I'm wearing a shirt that represents them, I will take that into account and I will refrain from doing any kind of real
Thanks, medicated person, for the link.
Deep videos, because I'm not trying to bring any shame or reproach upon anybody except those who fucking deserve it. And the ones who fucking deserve it are the ones that are seeking control over we the people.
Hey IRS, I just want you to know, the government doesn't care about you. They're gonna get you extremely hurt. I really hope you know that. I really hope you're ready for what the fuck could possibly happen to you. Because if you come...
Jesus Christ. Wow, that clip was quick. Pretty sure that guy's on drugs. Nick says, Hedgie? Hedgehog? Cute.
There is an absolute pure evil that is spreading across the world. It's not just an America problem, or an Asian problem, or a Hispanic problem, or an Italian problem, or a...
Some of these are race and some of these are ethnicity. I'm confused. Or nationality. He's just mixing, you know, the different races. White, black, Italian, Asian. Jesus fucking Christ, dude. Logarth says, uh-oh, looks like Jimmy stole one of his caretaker's phones and is making crazy TikToks again. And Forrest Espion says, don't worry, everyone, Hannah's cute kitty army will save us from chuds. I wish.
An Irish problem. Evil is
Irish
taking over the world. Now, you may call me a conspiracy theorist.
Okay.
But there is an actual attempt to do away with the innocence of our youth. They want to destroy their common sense.
Have I run across any parodies in this thread yet? I saw one that I thought was, the rest were pretty on the level, and the one that I think is a satire is kind of a Poe, so I'm not for sure, but I leaned towards satire for sure.
Want to change the logic that has been taught for hundreds of years. They want to transform math into something that is unrecognizable.
Is this guy bitching about how they do math now in school? Look, I understand that they changed how math is taught. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Kids being taught something a different way than you is okay. In response to Diabetes Guy, this is a quote from Nye Bevan, who's credited with spearheading the NHS. No society can legitimately call itself civilized if a sick person is denied medical aid because they lack means. I agree. J.I. Loss says, I may call you a conspiracy theorist. Thank you, sir, for your permission to state facts. And Discordant Vol says, hates Common Core for 500, Alex.
That has to do with critical race theory.
Wait, what? They're teaching critical race theory in my son's algebra class.
Calling them practical problems. Things that make more sense. Talking about the brown and black children and how oppressed they are. And how the whites...
He's just mad 232 is less than 306. And Gnome Pickle says, the people who claim they want to protect the innocence of children are the same folks who buy shirts from toddlers saying, sorry boys, daddy says no dating, and does purity ceremonies.
They're oppressors. They're firing white teachers in Minnesota just based on their skin color.
I'm gonna press X to down on that one.
It's reverse racism all over. They're preaching that we need to be more racist against whites.
No one is teaching that!
To counter...
H-Bird says algebra comes from Arabic. Maybe he doesn't want his kids to know it.
Balance the racism of the past.
Literally no one is saying that, Jeff, you dumb cunt.
Men, full-grown men, in G-strings, are dancing in front of young children.
What are you talking about?
To embrace their sexuality.
No, they're not! Wouldn't it just be frustrating to sit around all day making shit up to be mad about? Speedy Ochi says, that Minnesota thing, they said if they need to lay off teachers, white teachers will go first or something, and people are like, they're going to fire every single white person.
5-year-old children are being shown.
They're preferring people of color hires to replace white retirees. Gotcha.
Pornography. There is an evil that is out there.
So how long will you sit back waiting?
This guy looks like what I think Destiny's gonna look like in 20 years. Maybe 15. J. Law says, someone clearly doesn't understand what drag means, and MH Darkbeast says, did he say math or meth? Here's a cleanse. Thank you. Oh, God.
Watch what's going on in this country and keep choosing to do nothing. When will you decide to take a stand? to train, organize, and prepare for what's coming. Seems like the fight's almost inevitable now. There might be a little hope that nothing happens, but it's looking more and more every day like we're gonna have no choice. Don't wait till the last minute. Get the training and the preparation you need now. If you keep
Trump is having another one of his idiotic rallies soon. Oh, is this the first one since the FBI thing? Because that's going to be real bad.
waiting, it may be too late by then.
He's going to tell his audience to do shit. That's going to be bad. Logart says, Mirror Universe Mark Zuckerberg is going to shill for Patriot survival foods and give you the top 5 things you need to survive the rapture.
And the fight's going to be even harder on you and your family. Reach out to me if you're looking for a place to organize training and get ready for what might be coming. It seems almost inevitable.
What a weird way to try and find friends. Come with me to train for the Civil War.
You all have a great day out there. Be safe. God bless you all. Guns up.
Yo, is this me answer that question?
Forrest Espion says, hey, do you think that for some, not all white people that live in places where it's 90% white, that makes them more inclined to believe that black people, Mexicans, or any non-white person is out to get them? Yes. I think a lot of racism comes from people who are isolated and only around other white people most of the time and most of their lives, and genuinely just do not have any personal experience knowing anyone who is not white. It's very weird.
Suicide rate in vets is high, and he's given billions and trillions to other countries. Enough's enough. I don't know if you're ready, but I am ready. It's got to stop. It's got to stop.
Good luck with that. I hear kids in the background. Way to endanger your kids, dipshit.
Army? Anyone
just walking around Walmart talking about Civil War.
That's in uniform right now. Army, Marines, Navy, Air Force, Space Force, cops,
Space Force,
first responders. Listen, I have utmost respect for you guys, but you have lost all respect for me given the fact that you allow this tyranny to go on.
Gnome Pickles says, with all these chuds filming while driving, I think the fact that we have not seen a massive uptick in traffic accidents is a minor miracle.
As we speak right now, the IRS has been going around arresting anyone that doesn't agree or fall into line with this corrupt government.
AKA, the IRS is arresting people who don't pay their taxes, which is their job. Like, imagine if this guy was like, all these cops, they just keep coming around every time I punch someone in the face just because I don't agree with this country's policy on face punching. Like, that's not how this works.
Have you forgotten your oaths, or are you too busy?
I like that first responders were on the list too, which implies to me he wants the ambulance drivers of America to collectively somehow overthrow Joe Biden.
Holding your newt holes to allow this corrupt government to continue. You should be ashamed of yourselves. And I don't care whether you're wearing a uniform or not, you're not standing in the way of my family and our rights and our freedom and anyone in this country, because I will go right against you. I don't care how ugly it gets. You're not going to win against me or us.
Okay, you're in a Mandalorian shirt, sir. Please calm down. You're in a Walmart.
Evening, friends. It's not too late for everybody to sign up to be poll watchers, poll guards. Find out, get online, get your name and address in.
Please consider going and working and volunteering as a poll worker sometime for the elections, because right-wingers are doing so. And I imagine we're going to get at least several incidents this year of some Republicans getting caught trying to cheat after being, brought in as poll watchers. I just feel like in their heads they're going to be like, well, the Democrats are going to cheat, so it's my right to cheat to counter their cheating. So I think right-wingers are going to try and, legit do some fucked up shit this election. Sky Comet says, any idea when season 2 of the Trump Circus, aka the January 6th hearings, is coming? No idea.
It's nothing too exciting. Get in there, be a poll watcher, poll guard. If you see anything that doesn't look right, let everybody know. We all got to pitch in and do our part. Keep everybody honest. God bless America.
Okay. This is funny shit. I just watched a video someone posted about the FBI on high alert because they're worried about email threats and internet threats and dirty, whatever the fuck it is, okay?
Yeah, if you threaten the FBI, regardless of the medium, if it is public, you're going to get in trouble.
First of all, okay, let me explain. Don't buy this bullshit. It's a cover-up.
It's not. We're in a threat of over 400 people threatening the FBI and the IRS. And that's just the ones that this particular individual found and put in this thread. You guys know how the internet is. It's all over the place. Over that says, Dropkick Murphy singer goes off on MAGA grifters.
If you were part of a union or working class people who were allowed to build a better life in the middle class in America, you fucking listen to us.
Forrest Espion, thanks for 100 bits.
Because if you're out there buying those fucking hats that these swindlers are selling at that fucking fair, I'm sorry kids, I know there's kids here, then you're part of the problem, and I'll tell you why. Because you're being duped by the greatest swindler in the history of the world. You're being duped by a bunch of grifters and billionaires who don't give a shit about you or your family. They care about their fucking tax breaks and the money they can put in their pocket. If you consider yourself a patriot and you're spouting off that election denying shit, I will fight your ass outside if you want to. Wake the fuck up! We're working class people! These people are the fucking rich, the billionaires, and they don't give a shit! Thank you for listening.
Nice. Sisasaurus with 100 bits says, a lot of people would excuse some of the crazy shit that comes out of these people's mouths because they're, quote, old and they don't know any better. My grandmother was 83 and recently learned what trans people were and learned that it's important to ask about pronouns and then asked me what mine are. I'm not trans, but I'm pretty androgynous. She just wanted to make sure she wasn't misgendering me. If I was, old people can change and learn and grow. Yeah, there's just a lot of shitty people. It's not necessarily an age thing. There's a correlation, but it's not causation. Don't assume someone just because of their age is a piece of shit or whatever.
All right, they're just trying to get you to look at something else and say, oh no, okay, it's another freaking scam. And FBI, let me explain something this to you, okay? First of all, we don't do that, all right? You
literally do.
Fucked up, okay? You fucked up bad. And we're not going to send you an email or a letter that says, hey, you know, we're upset. Bullshit. We'll come over there and kick your fucking door and put your teeth down your throat and be like, okay, you guys need to shape up.
He's literally doing the thing right now that he said they're not doing. What, you think we'll go on the internet and talk about how we want to hurt you? No, I'm just going to come over to your house and beat the shit out of you. Like, you're doing it. You're doing the thing right now. You're saying it. You're doing it in the sentence that you're saying you're not doing it.
That's how we do shit.
I won't fucking threaten you over the internet. I'm just gonna come over there and kick your fucking teeth in. Yeah, that's an internet threat. What do you think it is?
Alright, you fucking letters and emails on the internet. Give me a fucking break. You guys are a bunch of pansy-ass bitches. Go find a happy place. Go find a safe room. Call Hillary. She'll help you out. She can do that.
What a weird guy.
Rally car Russian here, and...
Oh god, this guy looks like evil Ollie McQueen. Oliver... No. How do you... What's Green Arrow's name? Oliver... Is it McQueen? He's the Green Arrow. Oliver... something. Hydrate. Oliver Queen? Gotcha. Sorry, I read Marvel, not DC. So all my DC knowledge is cultural osmosis and the Justice League cartoon.
Time for another rant, okay?
They're going to take this video down. I just know that they are. They're going to take it down for probably bullying or harassment or hateful speech. But, I need to put my shoes on so that way I walk far enough away from my house that
I don't know, it kind of sounds like when I do a Russian accent, you know? It does not sound very legitimate. I am kind of concerned that maybe he is just putting on a voice for some reason. I do not know. I could be wrong, but it doesn't sound genuine. It kind of sounds like someone looking for the nuclear vessels, if you know what I mean.
They don't scare my dog with this video. Okay. Alright. Rant time. All you motherfuckers out there
That's a
That's
a beautiful emote. Hold on. Let me get that emote so I can put it on. Red Fire Fire Hand, thanks for 3 months, says that accent is definitely not real. Occult Comics just made a pretty good emote. A pretty fucking rad one. So let me save this and upload it real quick. Yeah, that's a good one. do 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 do. Emotes, emotes. All right. I have one open tier 1 emote slot. Wait, where did I save that? I must not have saved that in the same right place. No, I did. Why didn't it show up? Weird. Why isn't it showing up? 1 sec. I'm just putting it through a thing to size it correctly or format it correctly. It's in a format that Twitch isn't reading. Cool. All right. Let's try that. There it is. There, it's added. That should be in here. If you subscribe, you'll have the emote soon. I think that's useful. You can use that around Twitch. I need more emotes that people can use on other channels. Mine are very channel specific most of the time.
Commenting on my fucking videos, saying that I'm not the Russian. First off, I've already pointed.
I'll deal with culling retiring some emotes when it gets to it.
This out. If I'm not the Russian, then why the fuck do I have a hammer and sickle surrounded by a fucking skull? With the Russian star. Second off, all you motherfuckers that are saying that's not a real Russian accent. He rolls the R's too much, or he doesn't roll the R's. You do realize Russia is a big fucking place. Let me turn the tables on you then, you fucking assholes.
Like, he sounds like a comedy Russian character. He sounds like, I don't know who saw Black Widow, but Black Widow's fake dad, who's Red Guardian. He sounds like Red Guardian.
Let us say that Northern America, the top of America, like New York, let's say that is true Americans, right? Let's just say that's true Americans. That means people with Southern accents are not American, right? People with a Cajun accent are not American, right? Because it's a different accent, different lingo. They pronounce shit differently. In Russia, you have people with a high-pitched voice. You have people with a low-pitched voice. You have people that roll their R's, like myself. You have people...
Mr. Pizza Pasta, thanks for 10 months, says this gift sub was paid by Dark Brandon Acolytes. And Gnome Pickle says, I am real Russian. I drink the vodka and everything, I swear. Procugum says, there's no way this guy is Russian. Even if he is, I'm going to say he isn't to piss him off. So many shirtless dudes in these videos.
Well, it's Friday night.
And they're not the dudes you'd want to see shirtless. J. Law says, in Soviet Russia, accent has you.
And as usual on Fridays, I'm just too busy to keep up with the things that's going on. But I will tell you now that, you know, the government just keeps on building their military, their private police military, under the alphabet code. It's up to us at this point to know what they're doing. Our U.S. military cannot turn their weapons against us, but the hired alphabet group that they're manning with weapons or arming with weapons have no problem sticking a gun to your head.
You tried Coke Dream today and it does taste like Baja Blast? I told you! It just tastes like Coca-Cola but with Baja Blast in it.
To collect $37 worth of back taxes. What do you think they're going to do when they're taking the reins completely off of them and let them run crazy? It's up to us to stop this now. Get on board this crazy train and we'll take these sumbitches smooth out. We have to work together for all of our own good.
KBS666, thanks for 18 months, says, another brat, where's the support check, Hannah? It's in the mail. This sub-baby's name is going to be Heinrich just Heinrich, like Beyonce. One word. Says all that needs to be said.
Well, my fellow... Well...
I feel like the mustache on this guy is making him look 20 years older than he is, because in my head, if I, like, do this and I remove the mustache, he looks a lot younger.
Well...
Because he doesn't just have, like, a dad mustache, he has, like, a grandpa mustache.
My fellow patriots, I had to get the pokey poke. Just kidding, fuck that shit, pure blood here. And we remember how we treat the IRS, right? Like they're fucking armed intruders coming into your house.
These people, this is something that's happened a lot, and it's a running theme in this thread, is people worried the IRS is going to come to their house and saying, if the IRS comes to my house, I'm going to shoot them, is basically what they're saying. They understand that if an IRS agent went missing after they were on their way to go to a specific house to do their job, the cops would be called, right? They know that, right? Like, you can't just kill a person on your doorstep and, like, be like, all right, that's it. The consequences are over. No, nothing further will happen here. Like, that's not how this works.
Oh, and there's something else that's been, you know, kept secret. That fucking list! We want to see the fucking names! The FBI is corrupt as shit, and fuck Joe Biden! Hey, be sure to like, follow, and share. They nuked my other account, JKN84. It's dusted, so see you later.
Gee, I wonder why.
Okay, guys, here's a new one that many of you guys probably have already heard from other videos, from other TikTokers. I'm getting intel from the United States Supreme Court
Really? Where are you getting that?
Leaking documents that says the 2020 federal election and the presidential election has hereby been suspended.
That's not how anything works. Discordant Vol with 100 bits says that Blaze of Glory sounds great until the bullets start flying.
Until trial in October. So there's going to be a trial in October of the 2020 election.
They're going to try not an individual, but they're going to try an election? Anti-Pretzel says, these people are angry about the IRS hiring more people because there are people in the IRS that are retiring. The internet, like anime, was a fucking mistake. Nick with 45-bit says he couldn't get intel if he put a 30 on his character sheet. And Citisaurus says, And instead of claiming he was in fear of his life with them on the front porch, these videos constitute premeditation. Saying you're going to blow away any IRS agent that comes to your door is kind of throwing away any defense you might have on the stand of your stand your ground situation. J.I. Loss says, my dad is Nancy Pelosi. He told me.
Now that they have all this evidence of voter fraud.
All of it, you know, all the evidence that we say we have that we don't present, and when it is shown to anyone, it gets debunked immediately. But we have a lot of it. Don't worry about it. I'm not going to be specific about it, because it doesn't matter.
By the Democratic Party. And the Democrats are trying to cover it up. Donald Trump is 25 steps ahead of these bitches. Yeah. Donald Trump expected to come back October 30th, 2022. Pending the Supreme Court's ruling. This shit's gonna get hot. Which means Donald Trump will be president for the next 6 years. Riva Revolution continues.
That would be over his term limit. He had one term already. That's not how anything works. Lily Lovestuff says, it was probably Ginny Thomas feeding him BS. Can we put her in jail so I can get revenge on her calling my grandma ugly in 1991? I'm gonna let that one go. I don't have time.
Stay tuned.
What up, TikTok? What up, brothers, sisters? How y'all doing this evening? Look, got some bad news. Of course, everybody knows it's coming. It's getting real. When them credit markets freeze up, you know how they loan money on credit and debt market. When that freezes up, which is what's going on right now.
Kurt Mulgrew with 45 bits, Gnome Pickles with 50 says, what is this? The 15th date they've given for Trump's return? It's more than that.
That's going to lock up everything. In 2008, that's why the panic was that, you know, the debt market, couldn't nobody get no cash, you know, couldn't nobody get no credit, and everything froze up. And that's what's fixing to happen now. And if you want to look up Gregory Mannarino on YouTube, the video he just done was worth watching, especially if you got money. Because the credit market freezes up and the debt market freezes up, then there's no transactions. That's why all them vessels are parked up out there offshore everywhere. Now everything's starting to catch up. That's why they ain't buying no more food. Walmart's warning they won't have any food. You know, it won't be like after December. It won't be like it was, you know, no more. It won't be like that no more. Won't have plenty.
H. Baird says, this is all just magical thinking. They have no idea what's actually bothering them, so they're just hoping some big thing will happen that changes everything, and then they hope their lives will get better. I used to think this way when I was in the closet. Denial. Oof. Sad. Procagom says, looks like Kiwi Farms was finally dropped by Cloudflare. Oh, for the love of God, please. Yes. Please be real. Please be real. Please be real. Sure, Mike Marshall Stack says, if they had a float in a parade, would it be goalposts passing all the other floats? What's Kiwi Farms? A site that basically exists only to bully people, particularly trans people, neurodivergent people, basically the kind of people that neo-Nazis make fun of. For reference, it was a site that started as its original purpose to catalog and harass Christine Chandler, aka Chris Chan, who, yeah, Chris Chan, not a great person, but also, you know, she's crazy and needs mental help, so, yeah. I'm sure they'll find a new host somewhere, but still. Discordant Vol says, does he be consumed by the shadows that were... Wait. Does he be consumed by the shadows that were your home, fuckos? Beautiful shit. Anyway.
Oh.
Can we just get maybe like at least as long as Kiwi Farms is down for now, I'm sure they'll find a new host. If 8chan can find a web host, so can they. But, on the bright side, let's celebrate. Where's the crab thing? People like their crabs. People like their crabs. I'll have to cut this out, but for Kiwi Farms, it's worth it. Let's enjoy, shall we? Meeks says, Kiwi Farms is down. Time for me to donate to them in the name of free speech. Destiny. Too real. Bit. Call Croy 88, thanks for 13 months. Was there anything else? Forrest Espion says, all people who are part of these wonderful communities care to be left alone for a little while. As a bisexual woman, I'm so glad Kiwi Farms will be done for a while. Me too. And Tea with Goblin says, good morning, Hannah. I'm so sorry. And there's a link.
I've got a big bag of crabs here. I gotta put them in my mouth, oh yes. I'm gonna run around the town on a market day. Everyone look at me and say I've got a mouthful of crab.
That's, how long ago was this? Feels like 10 years ago internet. Very random.
Oh, someone's knocking on my door. Let me go see who it is. See, that's what a good person does. Goes, answers the door, friendly and neighborly to their neighbors. Hey, can I help you?
Yeah, I'm out trying to spread the word about Democrats.
Yeah, I'm filming. I won't put you on camera. Don't worry. I'm on a phone call. I'm not actually filming. I'm on a phone call. So what are you saying now?
I want to start spreading the word about Democrats. I got a ballot for you.
Oh, this is a ballot? A Democratic ballot? Okay, I'm gonna review this here. Come on in. Here, help yourself.
Hold on, we got our picture of Heinrich, the sub baby. Real quick. This is a creative one. Heinrich says JFK's head could just do that. Alright. It's creative.
You want anything to drink? Here. Let me check this out. So I had a chance to look at your little ballot here. And no, don't say a word. Just shut your mouth. No.
This guy legit thinks he's fucking badass. This is so funny.
Year-old, shut your mouth.
Yeah, he's having an imaginary strongman conversation. And don't get me wrong, I think we've all done this to one extent or another at one time or another. But the difference is I think we all know that it's pretty self-indulgent and egotistical and cringy, which is why we keep those things to ourselves and just go, that's kind of a funny, self-gratifying, masturbatory thought that has nothing to do with reality, but, you know, brains are how they are. But you don't film it and think you're cool. You go, oh, that's cringy. I'm sure we've all had fake arguments in our head where we are super, super awesome. They should stay there. Forrest Espion says, Hannah, how much for your lizard baby? $5,000 for a lizard baby.
Mouth.
I'm cheap and expensive at the same time.
So I want you to take this ballot back. Here, take it back. And I want you to clean it up a little bit. It's kind of messy. It's messy. I don't want to look at that right now. It's a Democratic ballot. It's messy. Clean it up. As a matter of fact, rub it up really nice. Clean it really, really nice. Just shine it really nice. And when you think it's clean enough, do it again.
This is the best he's got. He had time to think this through. Logarth says, why does this guy, the largest chud, not simply eat the other chuds?
Shine it really, really nice.
And when you're really, really done with it, you clean it enough times, I want you to take that son of a bitch sideways, turn it sideways, and stick it right up your candy Democratic ass! And take this with you. And have a nice day.
He had to go out and pick that up after he hit the stop recording button, which is funny to me. Tea with Goblin says, I have had imaginary arguments which I always win in my head, and then I play a sick guitar solo in me, and then Lucy Lawless carries me off on her... Wait. Lucy Lawless carries me off on her horde into the sunset. Sorry, what are we talking about? And Forrest Espion says, Hannah, how about $5,000 worth in crypto? It will grow in value? If you wanted to give me $5,000 in Bitcoin right now, I would take it and immediately sell it. And just take the cash. If idiots want to give me their stupid fake money that I can turn into real money, that's fine. But I'm going to immediately turn it into real money because I know it's a scam.
So I was listening today to a very...
There actually was a time when someone, like 10 years ago, back when Jake and I started TBR, we took donations in many forms. This was before Patreon was even a thing. I set up a link where people could donate Bitcoin to us. Some people did. And then I forgot about it, and it sat around for 8 years, and then, that was a good Christmas that year. So thanks for the Bitcoin, whoever gave that to me in 2011. Logarth says, okay, have some fake money that you can turn into real currency. Thank you.
Very insightful conversation. And one of the people in this conversation said, the Democrats are doing exactly the opposite of everything the American people want. Are they trying to force us into a corner and show our hands and make us fight and make us have a revolution and make a civil war? Are they trying to force us into a corner where we have to come out guns a-blazing? This is not right. They are really fucking up this country, and they are really upsetting a lot of people. They're doing exactly the opposite of everything that the people want them to do. But yet, we take it like sheep. Somebody, somewhere, just needs to tell us what to do and how to stop this.
Isn't that just perfect encapsulation? Someone tell us what to do! KBS with 100 bits says, more fake money to convert. Thank you. And Gnome Pickles with 50 bits says, is there a shirt shortage in Chudland? I'll send you loons shirts. Just ask. Please stop filming shirtless Chuds.
And I'm in. And I'm sure a lot of other people are in. I love my country. I love my family. I love America. Save it.
Save it! Do something!
What's going on? So, with the what appears to be the weaponization of law enforcement.
I can't play this anymore because of the music in the background, I just noticed, but the idea that he thinks that the weaponization of the police is a new thing? Oh, sir, that's just because you're white. What the fuck is this shit?
Fuck you.
Oh, what a badass!
I just saw on social media where the FBI had...
Did this guy borrow Mitch McConnell's neck for this video?
Has charged into Mar-a-Lago.
Mar-a-Lago! Nick, it sounds like he's trying to say it with a mouthful of marbles. Mar-a-Lago! Nick with 45 bits says, weaponization of law enforcement is good actually, as long as they Minecraft people I disagree with. Hashtag conservative logic.
Trump's house, and we're in residence of him, and I think all his kids, with warrants to search and seize anything they want to on his property. And this is too far. It's too, you've reached a place, you've passed the line in the sand. This is just too damn much. There has got to be a few generals in the armed services that are willing to step up and say this is not the...
Again, just calling for the military to kill the president, which is a crime. Wagrode says, as to the shirtlessness, I'll only be worried in a few months when it gets colder, and J. Lost says he clearly didn't borrow anyone's neck or he would have one right now. Maybe he should have.
Direction that our country should be going down. Y'all have put this man through enough. He is a president that you have attacked before he even became president.
Republicans have never attacked anyone who's ever been the president. Don't look that up. Hydrate.
And we know you're all dirty. You know you're going to lose in November. So you're attacking the man that's going to come in and change everything in 2024. You're doing everything you can to...
The people who signed off on the raid of Mar-a-Lago were Trump appointees and Republicans, for the record.
Stop him from getting there. But he ain't the end. DeSantis is right behind him, and he's going to do the same thing. But my point is, you just went too far. Some generals out there in the armed services, if you'll take up arms, get rid of the FBI, the CIA, take over Congress, take over the Senate, kick the president's ass out. Biden's not a president. Kick him out. The American people will stand behind you.
No, they
and
won't.
We can turn this country back around, get it on the right track again. But we're going down, guys. Something's got to be done.
Undercover on Truth Social as a parody account of a real Republican representative, and here's what happened. One day I got a message from this guy. He would actually tweet at me or truth at me a lot. He said, it should be clear to 100% of the people in the USA that true power structure has declared war and seeks to disarm/round up all opposition. Next manufactured crisis, bird flu pandemic. So of course I had to respond to this, and I said, my staff and I are drafting bills that will allow Americans to buy tanks and fighter jets for private ownership. We must be prepared. Now, obviously this is a joke, right? No one would actually believe that this is a real bill that a real politician is drafting. Except, this guy did. He responded to my reply by saying, God bless you and your family. The vast majority of Texans are with you. We must move quickly because they will unleash hell very soon. Now, I'm going to end this video the way I'm going to end all my True Social videos. The reason I'm making these videos is not to make fun of the people that I'm showing you, but to tell you that they vote in every election. So if you don't want these people deciding who's going to be in power for the next few years, you better get your butt to the voting booth.
What's up, Patriot family? Listen, I'm well aware that there's some drama happening within the conservative movement right now between people that support the Q movement and those that don't. I know Three Rose and I have been beating this drum of unity. We have to be able to treat each other with respect. Everybody's welcome on my page that's got the same goal in mind as me, and that's to save the Republic. Now, all I'm asking is that when you guys have discourse, that it's friendly, that we're not tearing each other down, treating each other like we're leftist cucks. We're not. We're on the same team. We have the same goal in mind, but we have different ideas on how to get there. And we could talk about those things without attacking each other. I've seen too much of it. They love this. Stop.
The fact that the word cucks has made its way so deeply into political discourse will never stop boggling my mind. Like, if you had told me in, like, 2012, like, hey, in a decade, you're gonna be listening to people talk about politics all the time, and randomly people are just gonna start calling people cucks in political discourse, and I'm gonna be like, what? What the fuck? Like, I feel like, take a step back and think about this, and remind yourself what politics was like just a decade ago. Pretty fucking weird? Who's gonna be the first political candidate to call someone a cuck during a debate? Is it DeSantis? Is DeSantis gonna call someone cucked on stage at the primary debates?
I can't believe I'm having to make a video to tell you Illuminati, Masons, the rest of you satanic pieces of shit out there to leave me the fuck alone. I'm not your target. I'm not a soft one. I'm gonna come back at you harder than you ever thought. Do not send me a request, you fucking pieces of shit. God's in my life, not you motherfuckers. Beware what you try and get into. This is not a soft target. I will fight back like you've never seen.
Make this real simple. Hopefully the people on the left can understand.
What do you mean? The caption here, no taxation without representation. You're represented. You get to vote. You have the right to vote. That's the representation. That doesn't mean you get your way every time. That doesn't mean your candidate always wins. It just means you get to vote and get a say, which you do have. Chromatic Cuttlefish says, good grief. What did I walk into? Also, is the Confederacy okay? No. They've never been okay. Nick with 45-bit says they want representation without taxation.
Because the future's about to get crazy. This is never about Trump. Trump was never supposed to win the first time around. Shocked everyone.
That would have been nice if he hadn't.
It showed people on the right that their vote actually counted for the first time in a long time.
Okay, so this guy only thinks your vote counts if your preferred candidate wins. That's not how this works. Moira Soma says, when I was at Patriots.win, I was very surprised when I read a lot of posts about how stupid QAnons are. There seems to be a schism there. Yes, some of the people who are really hardcore right-wing Republicans, like MAGA types, don't like QAnon people because they think they make them look stupid. So, like, the non-QAnon MAGA people, like the extreme ones, the ones that are like, I want an ethno-state or whatever dumb bullshit they're saying, they think the QAnon people make them look bad and make it harder for them to achieve their fashy goals.
When the left, establishment Republicans, intelligence agents, FBI agents, massive corporations decided that they were going to try to remove the sitting president.
Dude Goblin says, I've got the power of God and QAnon on my side.
Then you add the election, whether you believe it was actually stolen or it was just completely manipulated and justified by everyone who manipulated and changed the rules. Either way, the simplest way to boil it down is, at this point, no taxation without representation is where we are at.
No, we're not.
That's what happens when you manipulate the leadership of a country. Besides just voting. You people did this. You supported it. We've had one rule since the beginning of this country. And they broke it.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen of TikTok. Try to get this message around.
Sky Comment says, no one's trying to remove Biden but you guys. Relax.
Talk to my brother. He's Special Forces. They're reactivating him. He's going to Iraq. Just to let you know, they're sending all of our Special Forces that are loyal to this country over to Iraq for some reason. I think they're sending all of our good soldiers overseas so they can bring in UN troops to take our guns, people.
They're so obsessed with the fucking UN.
They're arming the IRS, training these dumbass kids who really don't care about America. They just want to be part of something. And it doesn't matter if it's communism because they're stupid.
Imagine calling the IRS communist.
So you people better be ready. They're coming for our guns. They're coming for our freedoms.
Man, it's almost like they're the boy who cried wolf, except they're coming for our guns. They said it every single day of Obama's presidency, and it never fucking happened. And we're like 2 years into Biden's presidency, and it still hasn't fucking happened.
I had some people say, don't call for civil war. Let me tell you something right now. You dumbasses say don't call for civil war. I got news for you right now. We are already at war.
We're not.
We've been at war for 6 years. They declared war against Donald Trump and against us. They ran around, looted cities, burned them down to the ground, attacked people.
Burned them down to the ground. To this day, rip Portland.
Well, did they go after these people? No. They were trying to go after Donald Trump.
Do these people know what to the ground means? Because I consistently hear that when they're talking about that. They're like, burned them down to the ground. Down to the ground means there's no structures anymore. That means it's just wreckage. There's nothing left. The cities are fine, sir.
Your whole damn government is corrupt. And it's time for us Americans to bring it down to its knees and take back our nation. Remember, we outnumber them.
You don't. You honestly don't. That's the thing. You don't. Most people voted for Biden. You don't outnumber us. Like, that's not how this works.
And number two, the military is made of people like me. We serve our country with pride, and I got an issue. You people think you're going to take our country? I got an issue. You're going to start a damn war, Joe Biden. And when we take back our country from you globalists, you communists, guess what's going to happen? We're going to hang every one of you Democrats and every one of you Republicans and every one of you people in our government for treason and the tyranny that you're guilty of. And I'm not saying that to be an asshole.
No, that doesn't make you an asshole. It makes you a fucking, like, Nazi day of the rope piece of shit.
I'm just telling you that. Tyranny will not be allowed to happen in our own country. And that's why our founding forefathers gave us the right to keep and bear arms.
This goes out to the U.S. Army. I'm going to say this one fucking time. So listen clearly. Listen, mother...
Whenever I see someone like this and their flag is like this, the way it is on, like, military uniforms, it always makes me laugh. Like, my guy, there's a reason that it's like that on military uniforms. On your wall, it doesn't need to be like that. It's fine. Discordant Vol says he's unfamiliar with the concept of a force multiplier or combined armed warfare. For those who don't know, on, like, military uniforms, the flag is like that, which is sort of like a mirror of how the flag is typically shown. It's because the way that it is, they want it to look like if you were moving forward, running forward, if you had, like, a flagpole, that's how the flag would look, because it would kind of wave behind you. That's the idea.
Fucking clear.
I think it's kind of fucking dumb, but I don't really care.
Really, I ain't playing, dude. If you don't let me fight for my country, because I'm 45 years old and I'm too fucking old, Russia or Mexico will let me. Fuck you!
The ending on that one was, And by the way, Russia's army doing so good in Ukraine right now, they turned a military invasion that they thought was going to take about a week into something that's taken months. So I don't know if you should really go on about how Russia would let you in their military. Is Oliver being a pest?
He's trying to destroy your wedding dress.
Oh, yeah, that's not cool.
Like full on.
No, destroy my wedding dress, boyo.
Full on trying to yank things off of it.
Well, looks like you get to hang out for a while, Oliver. Don't destroy the wedding dress. Y2 Yasmin says, this is legit sad. Biden could literally come out and say, Republicans are right. Trump is the real president. And they'd go, look at Biden trying to divide our country again. He already stole the election from Trump and he's now rubbing it in his face. You're going to cause a war, Biden. Biden could say, I like apple pie. And they'd go, what about chocolate cake? War.
ATF, the FBI, the ATF, the FBI, and pretty much every federal alphabet agency that isn't used distinctly for national security, and I'm not talking about the BS they're pulling now, but actual national security, should be disbanded. And a lot of the
I'm wearing headphones, you asshole. I'm sorry. So am I. So it hurt me too, if that makes you feel better.
Spit upon and ridiculed as pieces
Oliver,
of shit that they are.
You have been banned, so you have to stream with me. Fun fact, that's also why I have to stream every day. It's my punishment, too. Hi, Olive. No, do not bite the Mimsy Moon! Mimsy made that for me. Do not bite the Mimsy Moon miniature. No. 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 No Mimsy Moon. Here. No. Play with Flimsy Flume. Play with Flimsy Flume. Here. Here. Hey. Okay. Maybe he will play with Flimsy Flume.
ATF specifically going door to door, asking people to inspect their guns because they are wondering about straw purchases. Motherfucker, if I want to buy 100 fucking guns at once, it's my right under the Second Amendment. Fuck you.
If you follow the law, Forrest Espion says, Hannah, show us the Mimsy Moon dollhouse. Sure, I've shown you guys before, but I can. It's kind of disheveled right now because I'm pretty sure it fell on the floor at some point. So the inside isn't quite right, but it's like a little fairy house. We set the bed up, put one of the things in the bed. I have a snortling here. This is actually, Mimsy did make this. A fan won it in a contest she was doing and sent it to me. One of the legs of the table kind of came off, unfortunately. But, yeah. Oh, and the fairy lights turn on. You can see there's a little bed in there with the snortling on it. It's cute. Mimsy, and she stopped doing videos at this point, at least to my knowledge. And I think she's focusing on making little doll houses like this, and she's much better at the doll houses. Like, the dollhouse is cute. I'm not even a big dollhouse person, but it's a cute little, like, thing.
Alright? You don't get to do that. That's abuse of power. That federal agency was never meant to exist in the first place.
The Constitution gives people in the government the ability to create new agencies. You know that, right? And I don't give a shit what Thomas Jefferson or George Washington wanted. They're fucking dead.
ATF's existence is a violation of the Second Amendment. The FBI searching Donald Trump's Mar-a-Lago estate is an abuse of power. The FBI is being used against political enemies. It's being used as a political cudgel because they don't want him.
I do have a lot of weird stuff on this shelf. If I just grab something randomly. Here's a book called Warhol, Chris Chan. This is a book that's quite thick where someone analyzes the careers of two very different artists, Andy Warhol and Chris Chan. So, how many pages is this? Hold on. This is almost a 600-page book.
To run again. That's what that's all about. If they were seriously concerned about law and order, Hunter Biden's laptop would be serious evidence, and the
They're still on the Hunter Biden thing, huh?
Bidens would all be locked up by now. Okay? Hillary Clinton, who destroyed a fuck ton of evidence, okay, she would be locked up by now. So this is not about law and order. This is not about justice. This is about...
Or you were wrong about those things. J.I. Lost says, people thinking about freely buying 100 guns forget the part of the Second Amendment about a well-regulated militia. They didn't forget. They're just ignoring it.
Political power moves, and these alphabet agencies have become too powerful and too politicized, and they should be abolished. They're doing nothing for this country, except for negatively affecting the populace. You know, the elites, they can get away with anything, as long as they continue with the narrative that the globalists want.
Are you gonna get up on the shelf?
There. That took this host underneath this country. Why we sit back and we allow all this bullshit and all this negative and all.
Hold on, I gotta stick this in the closet right now because Oliver's looking for stuff to get into because he's being a troublemaker today. That closet is so humid. I feel like there's no insulation in that closet between the outside and the inside. Wow. Okay.
All this fucking shit to go on. What they tread on, what they have treaded on. You scalp every last single one of them if they infringe upon what is yours.
Ulven Aspiration, thanks for 4 months, says, Hannah, Kiwi Farms is gone. I saw. I assume it'll be back soon with a different web host or something, but this is good. This is very good. The more difficult Null's life gets, the better, because Null is a huge piece of fucking shit. Null is the owner of the Kiwi Farms, for those who don't know.
What these fuckers have done is unconstitutional. I have no more fucks to give. There.
Okay, I got this all figured out. I only got 3 minutes, so I got to do it real quick. We know Donald Trump's the president, so...
Donald Trump is not the president. Wow, this is really quiet. This sounds interesting, though, so let me turn up the volume.
Now, let's say he's being investigated by the FBI. We already know that. So now we've heard that they're going to go and get him. So now, what do they got to do? They got to put his body double out or his clone out, and they're going to take it, and all the press is going to be there and everything else, and he's going to be assassinated right in front of everybody on live TV. Well, then they're going to take him into the ambulance, and they're going to have to start being there working on him and everything. Well, the real Donald Trump's inside there. And now he comes out. He's alive. They bring him back to life. He's got a scar. He's got a thing on his head, everything from this dead wound. Okay? Now, everyone, oh my gosh, look at this. Man, he's a savior. We knew this, and we knew this. And now everybody thinks he's the second coming.
What? Citosaurus says, can we find out who the president really is? I can't seem to remember. Who is the president? Ah, looks like Joseph Biden is the president. Shiroi, hold on. Shiro. Thanks for 5 months. Says, so glad Kiwi Farms is down, even for a little. Thanks for streaming, Hannah. Thanks for watching.
You know, he's already said that he's the chosen one in more than one of his speeches. So now, what have we got to do? The Supreme Court's going to have to rule because they're afraid that if they don't make him president, that the people are going to kill them, just like the Pharisees when they killed Jesus. Okay, so now, here we go. We got Donald Trump now president. So now what does he do? He brings in the Fargasara, the new rainbow money. Okay?
What? Rainbow money. Citosaurus with 100 bits says, hype train. Indeed, kicks off a hype train. Chromatic Cuttlefish with 100 bits says, isn't it tradition to wait 2.5 days to rise again? Typically. And D with Goblin says, I feel like there are a lot of people that need to come collect their paws because there are a whole lot of boomers on TikTok that need to be gently reminded to take their pills. Citosaurus, thanks for gifting a sub and getting us over level 1.
And that's just for a short time because we already know Nancy Pelosi went over and got the chips already set up. So now we got the new chips, okay, to go with the quantum financial system and the Fargasara. And Trump says, okay, now you got to get this chip put into either your hand or your forehead, or you can't buy or sell. Well, now what do? You got no money, you got no access to your money. Well, you can't even pay your taxes. So now here comes the IRS. They're going to come after you. These new 87,000 IRS agents. They're going to come and arrest you for not paying your taxes. Okay? And I know there's going to be a lot of gunfights.
H-Bear says, speaking of rainbow money, Sally Ride, a gay woman, is on the U.S. quarter this year. Nice. Citisaurus, thanks for gifting a sub.
All prepared.
44% to level 2.
Being played. This has been foretold for thousands of years.
It is September, by the way. It works a little different this year. I think last year it was just gift subs that were discounted. This year, gift subs aren't discounted, but upgrading your subs is discounted. And continuing subs is discounted, I think.
What's going to...
Not as good, in my opinion, but...
happen. So now you got all these IRS agents coming. And what are you going to do? You're going to fight. Now they claim martial law. Now...
Here's the unspoken truth about the list and why we want that list released so badly. You see, we would have the list if there were victims sounding the alarm and speaking out. And we all know there's only one way to make sure a victim doesn't speak out. So we all know what happened to those kids when they were done with them.
Sky Comet, thanks for 45 bits, says, Sir, this is a Wendy's.
That's why we want that list. Here's...
Citisaurus says, since when is it a surprise that the IRS will arrest you for not paying your damn taxes? Hasn't that always been the case? It has. I don't know why these people are freaking out. Have they just been getting away with not paying their taxes for a long time?
Saying that if you don't agree with the Department of Justice and the FBI and the CIA and all the other corrupt three-letter agencies in the United States government, that you're a terrorist. Nah. You need to go back and read the Constitution. See, the government has become the terrorists of the people. We ain't vote for none of this shit. All this shit y'all doing, we didn't get a vote on none of this.
But you got to vote on the people who did decide that? We're a representative democracy.
The people did not get a say.
They did. You got to vote.
You work for the people.
Yes, correct. I am also one of the people, as are the people in the chat here. I would like the FBI to arrest Donald Trump, please. So my vote cancels out his vote.
What needs to happen is somebody
58% to level 2 on the hype train.
In the United States military that has the temerity, the brass, the fucking balls.
I'm impressed he knew the word temerity.
To come forth with some troops and arrest these people.
Minute left on the hype.
And put an end to this bullshit. Y'all know who these people are. Y'all know what the fuck's going on.
Sky Comet says, terrorists aren't mentioned in the Constitution, sir. And Citisaurus, thanks for gifting a sub. 88% to level 2.
How the fuck can you work
honey,
for a country that demonizes...
Hi, honey. Memesor, thanks for gifting 10 tier 1 subs. I appreciate you, and I appreciate your gift subs very much. This Coordinate Vol says, military coup again? Yeah.
This is your First and Second Amendment right.
His use of the word temerity makes him sound, timorous? Timorous? That's actually a word I don't know. Look at this fucking cat. Look at this shit. You calm? You calm now, boyo? 21% to level 5.
And every other right. This government is corrupt from the bottom to the top. I'm not saying all of them, but the good ones in there ain't coming forward. You know, if good men fail.
One Mad Catter, thanks for 13 months, says, I'm just here for kitty sightings. You picked a good stream then. Oh, honey! Oh, he tried to lay down, but he laid down on the edge of the chair and fell off. Oh, honey, come on. You're okay. Just be less close to the edge of the chair. J. Law says, I heard the word hype train, so shut up and take my money. Thanks for 1,000 bits.
I'm a Democrat. I don't know how to vote, so I pick for them because everybody else is so evil and bad. Welcome to the 2022 America where everything stinks.
Okay? Tea with Goblins with 50 bits says, honestly, people talk about millennial and Gen Zers as being oversensitive, whiny, and entitled. This lot lose an election and have to, quote, checks notes, pay their taxes, and throw borderline seditious old man temper tantrums on TikTok. It's pathetic. Yeah, they're projecting. Anti-Pretzel says, the fact that these people are so mad about so little and keep yelling Constitution proves they are very much politically illiterate. Forrest Espion with 100 bit says, Cat says, whatever, I do what I want. And Sidosaurus says, poor Ollie, he's doing the adorable rolling thing cats do. I love it. Yeah, me too.
I'm warning you right now. Dear IRS and potential 87,000
Reverse goatee. That's a rare one.
New IRS agents. Understand this. The Internal Revenue Service is not the federal government.
It's part of the federal government.
They are a private collections company.
No.
You fucking come trespassing without a lawful warrant? I don't give a fuck if you got a legal warrant. You can wipe your ass with that.
Oh, the lawful legal distinction. That's a sovereign citizen thing. Citisaurus, thanks for gifting a sub. 97% to level 5.
Legal and lawful, two big fucking differences. This is not martial law and this is not maritime court. You better know your
Oh, this guy's straight up a sovereign citizen. Maritime court?
Your fucking rights. You come to my motherfucking door spouting that shit, you better understand, I'm warning you right now, I will prosecute you posthumously. And you are afforded no protections under the Constitution because you are not the federal government. You are a private collections agency.
No, the IRS is part of the federal government. Sorry. You don't get to just say things and think they're true.
That is being weaponized by an illegal faction of our government, aka the Biden administration. You know.
Moira Soma, thanks for gifting a sub. Stone Corbell with 100 bits says, I just got here, but go to level 5. And Chromatic Cuttlefish with 100 says, bits for the hype gods. Tea with Goblins with 100 bits says, okay, but I wouldn't watch the actual shit, or I would watch the actual shit out of Sovereign Citizen Ghost Court. Writes notes for next spec script. Level 5, we did it, everyone. Thanks for the level 5 hype.
You know, that fucking pandered fucking class of pedophile elites that stole the election? Yeah, they will afford you no fucking protections. So, I suggest you only send bachelors and level 4 fucking body armor. Because the moment you threatened us with 87,000 new agents, we the people took that as a declaration of war. You better fucking investigate every sitting motherfucker in Congress and the Senate before you come after a single taxpayer.
If the IRS is coming, you're probably not a taxpayer. Muddy with 45 bits says, hey, Hannah, drew a little guy for trans friend a couple days ago. Maybe you'll like him too. Cute.
Hello, fellow patriots. I just wanted to give you a quick preview of what this channel is going to be about.
I plan on using this channel to expose the left, the socialists, the Democrats, and the libtards.
Good luck. Will I Am Not Okay says, too bad my job sent me to Texas. It'll be another 7 or 8 weeks before I can legally get weed to help me deal with MAGA hatters. Oh my god. If I had a job that told me I had to move to Texas, I'd be like, nope. Please fire me. I'm gonna go look for another job. There's not enough money you could give me to get me to move to Texas. You could literally tell me, here's $10 million, go move to Texas, and I'd be like, no.
The left have a great ability to blame the Republicans for things that they actually did throughout history and have the public believe that the Republicans did it. Nothing could be further from the truth. The Democrats are guilty. Many people don't know, but the Republican Party was founded as the anti-slavery party.
Yeah, they were the progressive party back in the day. What happened? The Democrats used to be the shitty ones. They started the KKK, for instance. And then the Southern Strategy happened, and what do you know? It fucking flipped. Crazy.
The Republican Party is 100% responsible for ending slavery.
Yes, the Republican Party of the 1800s did stop slavery, and that's a good thing.
Do you know how many Democrats voted yes on Amendment number 13?
I don't know. None of those people are alive, and the Democratic Party of that time has nothing to do with Democrats of today. Like, does he not understand that if you look at an electoral map from that time, the entire South was Democratic and the North was Republican, and then in the 60s, it flipped. I wonder why that happened. Google Southern Strategy.
Do you? Zero.
Like, it's legitimately like it's a team sport for them. They don't understand that it's not about that there's a D next to people's names on the ballot. It's about what their policies are. Like, what are you talking about?
Let me try this again without the profanity. So, does anyone else find it odd that TikTok is owned by the CCP and you are going against China's community standards if you talk out about
Then why are you on TikTok?
the United States government or Joe Biden? It must be nice to own a sitting president. This one might get me banned. They keep muting me. They keep censoring me. Freedom of speech is not allowed. We are allowed to say whatever we want. There are no community guidelines. That's what the freedom of speech stands for.
No, it's not. It absolutely is not that. This has never been a thing. TikTok is a private platform, more or less. But either way, it's not owned by the United States government. They don't have to apply the First Amendment to it. It's like these people think prior to the internet you could walk into like a privately owned mall and start ranting about wanting to overthrow the government and not get kicked out. No! It's a private platform! Tea with Goblin says, how many current Republicans support keeping the statues of Confederate traitors up on public spaces because of, quote, heritage or whatever, and will happily defend legislation that perpetuates slavery as long as it's done to incarcerate people? Forrest Espion says, right-wing chuds treat politics like religion, something you blindly follow because it's what your grandpappy told ya.
First Amendment, you can say what the fuck ever you want. Second Amendment, you carry a gun because if you got a big mouth, you might have to defend yourself. Just saying, people.
If those are your interpretations of the first two amendments to the Constitution, I definitely don't think you should have guns.
This shit's ridiculous.
All that's gone on.
What, honey? I know you want out, but you're causing too much trouble. What? Can you guys hear him? Sky Comet with 45 bits says, Tea with Goblins, great point. Next time a chud tells you the Confederate statue must remain because of a history or wave the Confederate flag, ask them why they support Democrats.
I'm just gonna come out and...
Honey, I know, but you keep wrecking stuff downstairs, so you need to calm down and be supervised. At least while Mama is working on the dress. Are you gonna get in the box?
Say this pretty clear to everybody. There won't be no November elections in this country. Something else is coming. November elections, they're not going to happen. So you can share this link.
Baha is adjusting the dress. Like, it was a dress that was bought, and then she's making alterations.
Share the video. You can even stitch or do edit. But I'm coming out and I'm saying right now, the elections, they're not happening, guys. Something wicked. Well, I wouldn't say wicked, but something good this way comes. It's going to be one for the good guys, I'm telling you guys. Peace out.
That's funny that he accidentally quoted Hamlet. I mean, I don't know if accidentally, but he quoted Hamlet in a way that doesn't make him look good. The implication here being Donald Trump is Hamlet. Or not Hamlet, I'm sorry, not Hamlet. The other one, Macbeth, sorry. Brain fart. Nick says, "You're something wicked, you fascist prick." Like, you don't want to compare your political, like, figures that you like to Macbeth. Macbeth is not good, actually. It's my dress for the wedding.
What's up, Patriots?
Do you derive any fun from things that aren't breaking things? Or, like, what's up with that?
What's up, Patriots? Lefties. This is for you, the lefties. Turn right. Okay? Stop believing your phone. Stop believing your TV. Stop believing your computer. Stop believing your...
But you're on my computer.
Dummy friends.
You can let him out if you want. Alright. If you need to put him back in here, that's okay, but he, like, wants out. And I feel bad. If he starts being an issue, let me know. Alright, Oliver. You've served your time. Hi, Cass. Alright, he's gonna go hang out with his sister now. H-Baird says, if Trump is Macbeth, let's make sure all of the DOJ lawyers on the documents team were born via C-section. And Tea with Goblin says, by the tweeting of Donald's thumbs, something fascist this way comes. Who's your friend says, you leftists and your early releases.
All of them are telling you things that they want you to know, not things you need to know. Like, you do know that Karl Marx educated the Stalinists, the Communists, the Democratic Party, the Nazis.
Citosaurus says, what happened to your wireless earbuds? They haven't been connecting to my computer. I think I need to reinstall my audio drivers. They're not detecting my wireless headphones anymore. So, it's just a thing I haven't gotten around to.
They got all their ideas.
The Nazis, for those who don't know, famously did not like communists. The Nazis hated communists and would accuse people of being communists all the time.
This from Karl Marx. Sure did. Sure did. So, do yourself a favor. Learn some history.
I had some free Audible credits, by the way. Well, free. I had Audible credits. And I picked Das Kapital. I don't know if I'll ever read it, but I'll let you guys know.
About some things or whatever before you have to worry about people like me melting your brain. Okay? Do yourself a favor. Try to learn the truth. Don't believe everything that you hear. Okay? Later.
See what?
Oh my god, it's Karl Marx. Speak of the devil.
FBI and IRS, they better stick to the city folk. Fuck around with us country folk, we don't stack bodies. That simple. No, I don't. Not even remotely intimidated by the FBI, the CIA, NIS, the IRS, the ATF. All you're criminals. You don't intimidate me. We will stack bodies. Have a nice fucking day. Fuck you, United States government. Everything you fucking stand for.
Alright, TikTok, I got another motherfucking thing I'm having a fucking problem with here on this Monday. I have seen multiple new anti-Trump podcasts popping up on my For You page. That shit never comes up on my shit.
You just grab a fucking Bud Light.
Never. For obvious fucking reasons. Isn't it?
He's the whole package. Bud Light, sunglasses on the baseball cap, ugly goatee.
Weird that all this is happening shortly after we found out that TikTok has said they're going to join the censorship to battle misinformation leading up to the 2022 midterm elections.
Don't cheers your Bud Light on me, Jesus Christ.
Don't fall for it, people. Don't fucking fall for it. Motherfuckers, I'll delete this motherfucking app too. Bunch of cheating fucking bastards. And fuck you, TikTok. If you don't like it, take it down. I'll post another one.
Notice, if you fuck around with us, if you do something bad to us, we are going to do things to you that have never been done before. Notice, if you fuck around with us, if you do something bad to us.
Kubrick stare.
In 1776, the people...
J.I. Law says, Hannah, please never speak of this man and his package again.
...rose up against a tyrannical government and took control and formed this nation. And here you are again, thinking that you can come in and take our weapons away from us? Building your wall around the people's house? America...
Wait, I thought you guys liked walls.
...being torn apart right now from the inside. It is your solemn obligation as an American to defend this country against enemies both foreign and domestic. And they are amongst us.
Yeah, you're the domestic threat. You're the thing.
The American people don't want a war, but you're passing unconstitutional laws trying to take away our amendment rights. So, patriots, will you stand? Will you join? And what side will you be on?
Since we're all on the same page of Ukraine, let's make a new movement. You see Zelensky on your TikTok live, get on there. Tell him, as the United States, we want our fucking money back. Plain and simple.
Badass.
Since I've been alive, we've had several presidents. I couldn't count them all. But the first president in my life...
I wish Santa would stop sending me thirst traps.
...time was John F. Kennedy. When he was trying to straighten America out, and he was going to get rid of Lyndon B. Johnson as his running mate for his re-election, and he was going to get rid of J. Edgar Hoover and the FBI, what happened? The United States government assassinated a sitting president. Then Johnson come in office. Of course, he didn't get re-elected. Nixon came in.
Practicom says this isn't what I wanted for Christmas.
What happened to Nixon? He got caught doing what all politicians do, lying, cheating, and hurting.
Nixon got caught ordering people to break into the DNC headquarters in the Watergate Hotel, which is a crime? Guy doing Kubrick stare. And Citisaurus says, Karl Marx OnlyFans account must be really sad.
His competition, but he had the nerve and was man enough to resign. Then we got stuck with Ford, who was just so damn embarrassing we don't even want to talk about him. And Jimmy Carter. How embarrassing was Jimmy Carter? Then as soon as Ronald Reagan come in, what happened? We got our hostages back.
Oh my god, that literally happened because Ronald Reagan was making deals behind the scenes fucking illegally.
Because he knew Ronald Reagan was going to send the military over there and we were going to burn the Middle East down to the ground.
Yeah, that's not a good thing. If you think that's a good thing, you're a fucking monster. Tea with Goblin says, POV, you're Santa's dick, and since the elves and Mrs. Claus left, he's gotten super lonely and started rambling at you instead. You're sad to be his appendage, but listen in despairing, fleshy silence nonetheless.
We got our hostages back. Ronald Reagan called a killer and this, that, and the other.
It's okay, that was only the first time Reagan did a treason thing. Lily Love Stuff says, Jimmy Carter was the one who got those hostages back, actually. I will not allow Jimmy Carter slander.
And we get a few more presidents in there and this, that, and the other. And then finally, we elected Barack Obama.
Chromatic Cuttlefish says, Jimmy Carter helped build houses for the disadvantaged in his 90s and after surviving cancer.
The first non-American resident and the first...
No. No, actually. He's a United States citizen. You're just racist, Santa.
Gay president, and you...
Obama's not gay. H-Baird says, when watching this, just remember, St. Nicholas was kicked out of the Council of Nicaea for physically attacking someone. Kind of puts it in perspective.
U.S. history. We all know Michelle's really a man. And then we get Donald Trump. Donald Trump comes in and straightens America out. Gets America back on the right track. But no, the liberals and the Democrats are not happy with America being happy. They can't stand the people being happy. They're worried about...
Muddy says, I love Chudwatch, but it's bittersweet because I live surrounded by these types, and a bomb just went off which was loud enough to rattle my windows. This happens regularly. Yikes.
Happy. They can't stand the people being happy. They're worried about their power. They're worried about the threat to their power. So then they steal the election and put Joe Biden in. And now they talk about treason. How did America get started? Treason.
Does that make all treason good, sir?
Got mad at England and we committed treason against the country that we came from. When we went to the Civil War, what was that? That was treason by the South.
Yeah. The South are the bad guys in the Civil War, sir.
And yet they don't want the people to rise up because they're scared of their power. Get ready for the fight, people. It's coming. And it's coming very, very soon. Be ready or be left behind.
What's that there, talkers? Well, the way I'm looking at this bio...
Hey, this is Michael Van Schaik, aka Mike Singer, the National Militia Coordinator in the USA. I'm going to let a couple of videos play after this little speech I'm giving here so that you'll know additional reasons as to why I am putting forth a full-time effort to put together a righteous army. We don't just need to organize the militia because of a corrupt government within the United States of America. The government of the United States of America has been infiltrated and hijacked by communists. Our corrupt politicians are bought and paid off. We don't just need to organize the militia so that it is a force to be reckoned with so we can deal with our own government. We need to organize the militia as a righteous army because there is a new world order, one world government agenda afoot that is a communist, godless, satanic, demonic, evil force and agenda and conglomeration and group of corporations and people that intend to control the world and to funnel all of humanity into their technological, transsexual, transgender, transhumanism agenda. As the
This is the most word diarrhea. Stone Corbell says, keyboard salad.
the two videos that are going to follow this will indicate. Just one last note. I wanted to say, imagine if the American people, by the thousands or millions, started getting paintball guns with lots of paintballs. I'm not telling anybody. I'm just saying imagine. Like, imagine if the American people started getting their paintballs and at night in ways that were stealthy, where they couldn't be identified. They were wearing...
Yeah, that might work on Twitch. I don't think that's going to work against the Secret Service, sir. I think they get you're talking about real guns. Sky Comet says, bought and paid off by communists. Sir, communists don't have any money.
ski masks and gloves and just getting there on bicycle, and went to all the intersections.
Guy getting visited by the FBI.
Morning, everybody. Did you hear that damn Mike Pence defending the raid on Mar-a-Lago? You know, the FBI is so damn corrupt, and he's defending them.
Right. A government willing to use deadly force against its own citizens, but not willing to use deadly force at the border, is a government of traitors.
Oh my fucking god.
Why is it Mitch McConnell is now stating that the Democrats are going to likely retain the Senate? How does that make sense?
Overturning Roe v. Wade was probably a really, really bad decision, like, strategically for Republicans. And I know that's not how the court is supposed to work anyway, but let's be honest, the court is politicized and has been for a long time. Probably always. But, like, that's not gonna help Republicans in midterms, I don't think.
This man is the leader of the GOP. So why is he saying these things? I'll tell you why. He's saying these things because they're setting the table for you already. They know what they're about to give you. They know what they're about to do, and believe me, you're not...
Stone Corbell with 50 bits says, illegal border crossing is a misdemeanor offense. This guy is advocating summary execution for misdemeanors. Even if it wasn't a misdemeanor, even if it was a felony. Felonies aren't grounds for being shot on sight. I don't know if you know that. And I know you weren't saying that, I know you're not saying that, I'm just saying in general, it wouldn't matter. Like, extrajudicial killings, bad. I don't even like when the government kills people judicially.
Not going to have a say in it. Something is going to happen. Something is going to happen where the elections are going to stop. In a time of war, did you know in a time of war, they can actually pause the elections? Yeah. We're going to have something happen. Some kind of false flag is going to take place.
Thanks, Occult Comics.
I promise you. Why? Because they're scared. They're scared. And they need to be. But I want you to be prepared for something else. Let's say we do win. Let's say we sweep the Congress and the Senate. Antifa will be unleashed. They will unleash Antifa again.
Antifa.
Right now, they have them corralled. Why? Because Democrats hold power. Mitch McConnell needs to go. He is a rhino. He needs to go. Every single rhino needs to go. My hat's off for those people.
Sky Comet says, we're not scared, we're enraged.
I believe it's in Wyoming. Good job for getting rid of Cheney. That's awesome. I'm glad you guys busted that bitch out. She's no good. She's no good. She's a piece of trash. Now we need to get rid of the rest of them. The right way. Do not let them plant this false flag. Do not let them win. Everything that you do from this day on needs to have the concern of a nation. In other words, we are responsible.
They all cut off so soon. Nick says, anyone who unironically uses the term rhino should be banned from ever saying they care about America because they care more about party than country. Alright, we've been going for 3 hours. I think that's all that I can deal with. Maybe a quick cleanse. Nintendo's gonna have my ass for that music, so no.